Hello! So, a lot of people have wanted me to make a makeup tutorial for a while now, and I've been putting it off because whenever I film myself doing something, I fail epically. So we're gonna try that today. I've already got my base down. I had to do it a few times because I forgot to moisturize my face the first time, and it looked really crusty. So, moisturize, kids. Alright. So I always start off by doing my eyebrows first. I use this, and if you don't have this, that's fine. You can use eyeshadow too. I always used this for my eyebrows before I had this, and I used this color. And you can do basically anything as long as you have an angle brush like this. Like this little doodad. It's thin and angly. So you do that, and then I always start like right here and then like do that. You see it made like a little line. I just do that for guidelines basically, because my eyebrows don't really exist. The only reason you can kind of see them today is because I stole some of my mom's hair color after she was done with it, and I colored my eyebrows. So I'm probably not going to like show me doing all of this because it's tedious and it takes a long time, but if you just follow your natural eye hairs, you can get it. If you mess up, don't worry about that, because you can take concealer when you're done and fix that boyo. So once you got both sides done and they're about the shape that you want them, I can definitely, like, you can keep your eyeshadow around or keep your pomade around because you might mess up still. And that's okay. But once they're about the shape you want them, you're going to take your concealer and a flat brush. I have a really nice flat brush. It's precise. And then you just want to take a little bit and start like cleaning it up and making that eyebrow look like no mistakes were made. This is honestly my favorite part because then you can just like look at it in the mirror and be like, growing up especially, I didn't have any eyebrows. Like not to say like I've never shaved them off or anything. People suspect that because of how light they are. But I've never shaved my eyebrows. That's one side done. We're gonna do this one. I'll just pause it there. So once that's done and you got your eyebrows good, to fluff up the hairs you want to take one of these boyos and just kind of do that. It doesn't do a lot, but it helps. It helps, you know? People, if they get too close to you, like in your personal space bubble, they'll be like, look at that person's eyebrows. Next on the list is eyeshadow, and that's personally my favorite part. To keep your eyeshadow from creasing and to make it more pigmented, you can use eyeshadow primer, and I usually use this one. It's more expensive, it's like $7, but Wet n Wild's eyeshadow primer works pretty good. It's about the same, honestly, and if you don't have that, you can use concealer and just put it on your eyes, but I've never tried that. I think it might work though, because for my cut creases I use concealer and it doesn't act any differently, but I'm gonna use this because it's gonna be a long day. Just want to take this part and get it on your eyelid, and it dries fairly quick, so you want to make sure you get it everywhere, including under your eye, because sometimes I like to blend things under my eye so it's not so top heavy, and I think that works out pretty good. Also, I think this comes in different shades, but I'm just really pale. So, I don't know, it rubs in to the point where I don't think if you had a darker skin tone it would show, but I don't know. So, once that's done, you want to take your fluffy brush, like this boyo, and just go to town. For today's look, I'm going to use the James Charles palette and ColourPop's Yes Please palette. I really like this palette because the it has a bunch of fun, like fun neutrals, you know, and then they threw in some yellow, but I'm not gonna use that because I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be as casual as I can be today, which is a lie. I think for this one I'm gonna start with this color, Spoiled, and start putting that like right here, and I'm gonna do a cut crease, so I'm just going to start putting it above my eye like that and see what happens, you know. I think a misconception with most makeup tutorials is that everyone thinks that the person making it knows what they're doing, and for the most part they probably do, but I don't really know much. I just kind of do things, and I think that's why makeup's fun, you know? So once you got that part down, ooh, you're gonna be looking like Cruella, but that doesn't matter. You need your flat brush again, and then concealer, and if you were to just leave this part white and that part, it's not like that big of a transition, you know? It's like white-ish, and then boom, red. So I'm gonna take my concealer, and then I'm gonna put some right here, and then look up, and then that'll make a mark where your crease should be for it to not, like, to still show when you open your eyes. You might be like, yo, that's too far up, and that's what I thought the first few times I did it, but not really. You just gotta work with it. And I'm not going to do a full cut crease, so I'm just going to leave it like somewhat in the middle, like that, and then fix this part. You basically just take your brush and smooth it to a line, and then make sure both sides are like that, so I'm gonna do that. I got that part down, and then if there's not enough color up here, that's okay, because that light color isn't the only one we're going to be using. I'm going to use this lighter version of it and just blend it up a little bit more, so that it has a buddy to complement it, and then that'll work out, because then we can use other colors for lower parts of my eye. And if you accidentally mess up the line, you can go over it again if you want to. But it's not that big of a deal, because we're just gonna cover it in sparkles, maybe. That's what you can do. My light just turned off. That's what you can do. If you mess up on the cut crease, you can cover it in sparkles, and nobody will know. Trust me. You don't have to know what you're doing. So next I'm gonna take Full Zip, and I'm gonna put it like here. A blending tip is to go in circles a little bit, like that, and then you can blend it easier. So that's how you get the colors to mix together well, and you can use a very light hand too, and just go in between the colors like that, and then it'll blend it. I'm just making the lid noticeably lighter than the rest of my eye, and it will also help to even out the colors a little bit. This color again, and just put it in the corner and blend it back like that. And then look up and blend it under your eye. And you can blend it out too, that. And if you're afraid to blend it under your eye, that's okay, because you can close your eye and just do that. It works. Alright, so once that's done, I think then it's time for sparkles. I just realized that I didn't use the James Charles palette at all. For my sparkles, I have this palette, and it's called Love Conquers All, and it's kind of worn out, but it says Revolution. So it's got this, which I use for my highlight, and it's very strong. I like it a lot. So in this one, I'm going to use this on my lid, and I'm going to make it like a stripe, kind of like that. Yeah. So it might not show up on camera, but the difference matters, you know? There we go. See? It's noticeably different. And if it looks incomplete to you, you can add eyeliner, which is what I'm gonna do, or lashes. I have another flat brush, and this is from that same set. It's a little wider, but what I like to do is take this color or this color. I'm gonna do this one because I used it on my lid, and then and then go like this and put it on my eyebrow so that it looks like it's popping. There, and then you got that. I'm trying to think of what else I could add to this. Alright, so I just took out my trusty dusty white eyeliner and lined the crease. Very hard to do. And then I made little hearts. So I thought it looked good. I might go over the hearts a few times or put white eyeshadow on them because it kind of mixed with my pink eyeshadow and made them like tinted that way. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, next up is eyeliner. I use tattoo liner, but I haven't for long because it's a sample, but it does work very well. Liquid eyeliner also works. This is liquid, but it's a felt tip. I don't like crayons. I don't like crayon eyeliner except for on the water lines, which is right there. But for now we're just gonna ignore that because I have a white liner for that. Yeah, but we're just gonna start in, and what I do for eyeliner is I hold my thing like this and I start right in the corner and I just follow along the lash line, and it can be way easier said than done because if you're panicking on the inside you might freak out and blink, but make sure that when you do blink that you take your pen away from it so that you don't smear it. So then I hold it like this and I just kind of see, and then you fill it in, and then you got a wing. It takes a little bit of practice. You should have seen my makeup a year ago. But yeah, now I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side and make it as even as possible. So, after you've applied too much eyeliner and held your eyes open for the amount of time that's equivalent to a staring contest from hell, you can next work on your eyelashes. I have an eyelash curler, and how you use that is you put this up against your eye, make sure you grab your lashes, and then squeeze them. My sister yells at me for not doing it right, but works. You just gotta make sure that when you're using an eyelash curler, you don't rip out your eyelashes, because that can end very badly. Of course, you don't really need them, you know. Not your eyelashes. You need your eyelashes, but you don't really need eyelash curlers. I had to relocate my heart because my giant wing got in the way. Nobody wants that. I don't have a good blush, so I use I actually will use James Charles's palette today. I use red eyeshadow, just very not a lot, or else you'll look in pain and like you've been crying, and maybe you have, but we don't want the world to know that. Although I hate Valentine's Day, it is inspiration for some really cute makeup looks. So like, that's one of the reasons I don't hate it that much. But more on the nose because I'm that person. Yes. Okay. Finishing touches now. I just did my powder before I did that because I don't put on powder before anything else. Because then if you have to blend something out, it can distract from that and make it not work as well. So I'm going to take this heart here, put it here, and here, and then here. I do have a highlighter brush, but I'm just lazy, so like, this is what we're doing for now. And that's what we have right now.